So I want you to be honest with me. When is the last time that you've sat down and truly got some good hard work done? When's the last time you've sat down in a room for 20 minutes with no distractions? No phone, no notifications, no Tinder. And this hidden enemy makes it think that it is our fault that we can't get this hard work done anymore, that we can't sit in a quiet room for 20 minutes, no background noise, doing the one task that actually moves the needle that day. And for most of you, you guys can't even remember the last time you were able to sit down undistracted. And that, honestly, that should terrify you. And quite frankly, it terrifies me too. Seeing all these amazing young people who have so much potential just be completely crushed and distracted before they even get on the right path. Because deep work and being able to do the one task that actually moves the needle is actually dying out. And in 2025, it's nearly extinct. It's hard to do with all the distractions and all the noise. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to block out the noise and how to focus on not a whole list, a whole to-do list, and a whole morning routine of shit to do, but how to focus on the one task that'll actually get you to where you need to be. And the disgusting thing is, that actually pisses me off, is that you think it's you. You think the problem is you. You think you have bad discipline or no motivation, or you're distracted in 20 different ways. And that's the messed up part, is this enemy, this hidden enemy, which is our phones, which is our all these bad stimulants that aren't getting you anywhere. That's what's keeping us from this. And that's what's keeping us from progressing. And it's terrible to see what it's doing to people and their self-confidence. And the real reason that you're losing this war, or you think you're on the losing side, is because every single time you scroll or you get a notification or a pop-up happens or whatever on these social medias, these are designed to keep you hooked. And it's not a coincidence, okay? It's not luck. These are designed to get your focus. And your attention being hacked is exactly what brings them money. And it takes away from you. And the real scary part is that whenever you cannot sit still and work 20 minutes of deep work on something, you can't build, you can't create, you can't work on this legacy and kind of solidify yourself somewhere. So you're harmless, essentially, to all these companies, because you're not building anything, you're not creating a legacy. And that's where the real scary part happens. Because if you're not building anything for yourself, then what are you doing? Now I want you to imagine something with me. I want you to imagine this fantasy life, this fantasy world that you and me are both aiming to get into, okay? And in this world, we can sit down for 2 hours and we can get tons of work done. Like, I'm talking tons of work that moves the needle. You're absolutely killing it. You're launching your business that has been hidden away. You're building your body. You're improving your mental state. And brick by brick, you're just building yourself up in all aspects of life. And you know where all of it comes down to? Your body, your mind, your mental, your bank account. All of it comes down to your distractions and your discipline. But your distractions are the main thing, because if you're distracted, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. Everyone wants to get rich quick. Everyone wants to have a good mental and a good body, but they don't want to go to the actual root, which is the distractions part. And if you can get these distractions under control, which is what I work on in my videos, I'm not perfect. I still have distractions, but definitely a lot less. I don't have Instagram or TikTok or any of that. But yeah, we need to come together and beat out these distractions so that we can start building and we can start improving our body, our physique, whatever you want to build. Now, that was the fantasy life. Did that feel good? Did it feel good imagining that? Well, the messed up part is most men won't even touch that. They won't touch this fantasy world, or this realm, their ideal self. They will never touch it. And then they'll go through their life living by all their distractions, getting all their time in their life and their attention and all their potential stolen. It's depressing, but that's exactly what you're going through right now. And they don't even put a stop to it. And then whenever they're on their deathbed, they look back at all the time they've wasted that they could have been using for better. Can you see why this is so dangerous and why this is such an important topic and why distractions are so important to attack? Because most people, most men, aren't going to do anything about it, and they're going to continue to go down this road and stay distracted. But I know there is a select few watching this video that'll actually do something and take action. And that's the whole reason why I make these videos, for that select few. Because that select few is just like me. So let me break this down real quick on what leads to becoming distracted and being in this cycle, in this loop, and what it actually does to you and your brain. Because I've listened to many podcasts, many stories, many scenarios of this. I've read many books on this. And what happens to your brain whenever you scroll Instagram, scroll TikTok, or scroll Reels, whatever, especially short form content, which is what I just talked about, TikTok, Reels, Instagram. That is the worst for your brain. Because whenever you scroll, each scroll is like another dopamine hit, and then another hit, and then another hit, and then another hit, and then another hit. This is why, one, you can inactively and unconsciously start scrolling so easily, and two, this is how you lose so much time scrolling Instagram Reels. And then it's funny at the beginning, it feels good at the beginning, but then you keep scrolling, and then it's like, where are the funny videos? That's not Instagram giving you trash algorithms. That's your brain getting so used to these hits, it craves more and more, and it's not satisfied. You see where this deadly trap comes in? And now you're sitting here watching Reels for a couple hours just to get the same hit you got before. And then the real deadly part is whenever you take this over into your actual important aspects of life, such as gym, or creating business, or working, or studying, whatever is important to you. You just sat there and destroyed your brain to Instagram Reels. Now your brain expects and loves Instagram Reels. Now you have to study. Now you have to work on that business. Now you have to go to the gym. These don't feel good. Because you can feel so much better by just sitting there scrolling. So why would you study? Why would you work on your business? And why would you go through all the pain of going to the gym? Because those activities do give you dopamine. They give you like a little hit, like right here. But what you were doing was all the way up here. And this is so much easier. So it's no wonder why you can't get anything done. It's no wonder. You've never seen a dangerous man distracted, or a alpha distracted, or a guy who builds empires distracted. The system is designed to keep you weak. And I know that's going to piss a lot of people off, and it's going to make you start coping and say, oh, this doesn't make me weak, this kid's an idiot, he doesn't know what he's talking about, he's too young. Just because I'm young doesn't mean I haven't gone through the exact same things you guys are going through. I've scrolled Reels for hours, 8 hours a day. I've had 16-hour screen time. I've played video games as soon as I woke up to as soon as I sleep, and I did that for a couple years. I did that throughout most of my late teens. But the difference between me and you, someone who continues to do it, is that I've realized the bullshit and the lies they're selling us. And I've seen this system, and I'm kind of starting to break out of it. And that's what I assume you are trying to do too, watching this video. And all these lies that society tells us nowadays, that we're just supposed to believe, we're supposed to be yes men and believe it. Where has that ever gotten you? And another thing that people believe that isn't necessarily true is that discipline is about willpower. It's about pushing hard, and it's about going even harder and kind of killing your soul to go harder. And that's not what discipline is at all. Discipline isn't all this flashy stuff. Discipline is quiet. It's pretty much invisible. And it's like this line that keeps you going straight. It's boring, it's quiet, and it's invisible. It's not waking up at 5 a.m. and going on a morning run because you know what's going to happen if you do that. You're going to do it once, you're going to do it twice, and then you're never going to do it again. So that line kind of disappears. You wake up at 5 a.m., you go on a run, you have a big spike, but then what happens? You're falling even farther below because now you're eating junk food and all this bullshit. But real discipline is not about willpower. It's about setting the bar to high a little bit like this, and then continuing to go straight. And then eventually, as you get the habits, as you get to whatever you're doing, it'll become automatic. And then that's whenever you can add a little bit more and a little bit more. That's what discipline is. Discipline is not, oh, spike here, oh, maybe a spike here, and then absolutely crashing below, and then like a month later waking back up. That's not what discipline is. That's the cycle you're trapped in. But what you need to work on is doing the 1 or 2 tasks a day that'll actually get you slightly going up just a little bit. Not crazy, but just a little bit going up. Now imagine this like a war, and every time you open that app or open that program or that website or whatever, imagine you lose that battle. The war's not over, but you did lose that battle. And if you can just retake 20 minutes of your time, start off with 20 minutes of deep work, that's it. You don't need to do anything crazy. Just start off with 20 minutes. And I guarantee you, if you first plan it out and then write exactly what you're going to do, if you just do the 2-minute rule, start 2 minutes of it, you're going to easily do 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes of that easily. Because another thing is, most people aren't scared to start tasks. Like if you have a task that's been in the back of your mind and you're kind of like procrastinating it, you're not scared to start it. The main reason you're not starting it is because you don't really know where or how to start it. So that's what you need to figure out on your task. Instead of hyping yourself up to do it, you need to 1, figure out what you're doing and exactly how you're going to do it, and then 2, jump straight into it. And then you'll realign and kind of redesign and recreate and analyze yourself as you go. So jump in messy, and then you'll fix yourself out on the journey as you're doing the task. So I'm going to ask you one last question before I end off this video, and it's that everything we went through in this video, whether it's the distractions, you living by distractions and living by the cycles and the system that society has put onto you, or you're going to push out and live in fantasy land with all the leaders and the people who push through. So there's 2 sides, and there's many different ways to get from one side to the other. But it's going to be long, and it's going to be hard regardless. It's not going to be easy, and there's going to be many setbacks. But all I'm going to ask you is, which side do you resonate with? Which side do you want to go to? Doesn't matter which side you're on now. Most of you are on this side. You guys are mostly on the distracted side. Don't lie to yourself. But which side do you want to go to? Which side are you going to wake up tomorrow, do one singular task that's going to push you closer to the other side? And with that, closing out this video. Thank you for watching. Think about what I said.